guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys some of the tips that I wish I knew before university started. So this is like a University Survival Guide Singapore edition. In case if you guys didn't know, I graduated from NTU GPA not 4 years ago. I studied 4 years in NTU and I graduated in 2019 May. I've been working full-time for about a year, actually more than a year. So I thought university is going to start, a new semester is going to start soon. So I hope this video will help any incoming freshies out there, or even if you're not a freshie anymore, I hope this video can value add to your university life. Honestly, I feel that 4 years of university life will pass really fast, and I honestly wish that I cherish more of the 4 years when I was still a student. 4 years of university life is definitely one of the best part of my life so far, and I truly enjoyed every moment of my university life. Even though it was very tough, there were times that I felt like giving up and I really struggled a lot academically, but everything turned out to be well, I guess. So yeah, I just hope this video will help anyone out there, and these are the tips that I have for any incoming freshies. So yeah, let's get started onto this video. I will be referring to like the tiny notes that I did in my notebook in case I forget any point. Okay, so the first point is I wish I knew the importance of orientation camps, because when I was an incoming freshie in 2015 August, I actually missed out my faculty camp because I was overseas. So I only managed to go to my hall camp, and because I missed out my faculty camp, I didn't know anyone from my course at all. So I didn't get to meet the seniors, I didn't get to know how terrible EEE was going to be, and I technically didn't know any of my course mates at all, which was quite scary because I didn't know how to like integrate myself from JC to university life at all. I didn't know that I had to register for my own course. I didn't know that I had to get everything myself. So I really had to be very independent in university, which is really quite a cultural shock for me, especially I came from JC, not poly. So for that point, I really wish that I went to faculty camp, because I would have known more about my course, more of the difficult courses that I was going to take, and more advice from the seniors also. Most importantly, knowing people in your course is very important, because they will help you through a lot of things and you can study together. And I just feel that I miss out quite a lot because I didn't go for my faculty camp. But thankfully in my hall camp, I met quite a few friends who were in the same course as me. They helped me a lot through my SEM 1. Really thankful for them. So I feel that going for faculty camp is really important, because at the end of the day, knowing more people will definitely help you in a way or another. That was something that I really miss out. So to all the incoming freshies out there, even though there's coronavirus and I have no idea how they are going to conduct the virtual orientation, I would suggest you to go for as many orientation camps as you can. Get to know more seniors in your course, as well as to know more of the course mates, which will definitely help you in a way or another. The next tip that I have is to stay in hall, because I feel that hall life played a very huge part in my university life, and that's where I met the love of my life. Okay, anyway, put that aside, I honestly feel that hall life is such a huge part of university life, and I miss every moment of my hall life in uni. It's actually the first time that I live all by myself, independently, without my parents. So it was actually a huge eye-opener in terms of really handling my laundry and doing everything from big to small all by myself without any help from my parents. So I really grew a lot when I stayed in hall. And also you get to meet your hall friends, or even your boyfriend if you have, for dinner on campus almost every single day. So I thoroughly enjoyed my hall life a lot. It's definitely my favorite part of my university life. The next tip that I have is, so for university, we get to plan our own timetable and our own curriculum. You can choose which day you want to go to class, which day you want to take a day off, and so on. So it's a good time for you to earn some extra cash. So I know a lot of friends who actually did part-time during university, even though for my course, the curriculum can be quite hectic and very tough to juggle both academic and work, but I know people who did that. So you can definitely plan your timetable such that you don't have to go to school every day. So on the days that you don't have to go to school, you can catch up on some work. You can also find some part-time job, which is great because you will have extra pocket money. And I think university life is a very good time for you to save up some extra cash, even for investment or for future needs, or even if you plan to BTO or whatever. Moving on to the next tip that I have, which I regret not doing, is throughout the 4 years in university, it's actually a very good time for you to find out what you truly like to do, like your passion or your interest or your hobby. This is a very good time that you can actually turn your passion into an actual career. So for example, you are very interested in coding or developing an app, for example, you can definitely take this time to pursue your interest because there's no opportunity cost at all. This is something that I regret not doing when I was in university, because for now I'm working full-time. If I were to quit my job to pursue my career on YouTube, for example, I actually incur an opportunity cost every single day because I'm paid every single day in that sense. So I can't just quit my job and go and pursue my passion without thinking about the financial part. But if I was still a student when I was in university, I can just do YouTube part-time even with my studies ongoing. I wouldn't have incurred any opportunity cost also. So that was something that I honestly regret not doing. And in other words, I regret not starting YouTube when I was still a student. So that is something that I regret not doing, and I hope if anyone out there, especially if you're still a student, you have something that you enjoy to do, you have something that you like to do, so just go and do it, because even though if you fail, it's nothing but a lesson learned. The consequences that you have to pay now as a student is definitely very, very low compared to what you will have to pay as an working adult, in my opinion. If you really want to do something, just go and try. Now is the best time to try. So yeah, that's an advice that I can give to anyone out there. The next tip that I have is GPA is important, but it's definitely not everything. Coming from someone who didn't graduate with like a first class honours or even second upper, I can tell you upfront that GPA of course is important, can definitely help you to get an interview or land you in your dream job, but ultimately, after you have graduated, after you have worked for a few years, no one will ask you what is your GPA or whether you graduated with first class honours or whatever. Honestly, if I were to look back, I don't see the need to be very obsessed over grades or over GPA. I remember for a period of time, I was really stressful because I felt that I was not doing very well, my GPA sucked, and I gave myself a lot of pressure, which now I think back is totally unnecessary, because at the end of the day, GPA is just a number. It doesn't define you as a person. It doesn't limit your potential at all. Even though if you have horrible GPA, it doesn't mean that you are not capable of performing a job compared to someone who has first class honours. As long as you can offer your expertise, your knowledge, or your experience to an organization, you can prove your worth. Your GPA honestly doesn't matter. For myself, I didn't graduate with an excellent GPA, but what I can tell you from my experience is that GPA, in my opinion, is not that important, because at the end of the day, I still managed to find a job doing something that I enjoy way before I graduated. The starting salary that I get is no less compared to my friends who have graduated with first class honours. So honestly, I don't think GPA is that important. You just have to know your worth and know how you can contribute as an individual to the society or even to the organization. Yeah. And the next tip that I have is to do more internship during your summer break. This is something that I'm totally guilty of, because I didn't utilize my summer break as much as I should. For most of the summer break, I just went traveling. So for myself, I totally regret not doing more internship, because if I have done more internship, I would have more experience in different fields. For example, I could have done like internship in business development, product management, or even like marketing. So because I went traveling for most of the summer break, I didn't manage to do like as many internship as my peers. But to be honest, if you ask me, do I regret? No, I don't regret, because traveling is something that I love more than anything else. Because I have traveled to so many places, it has really changed my perspective on a lot of things. So this is something that money cannot buy, and I don't regret at all. Yeah. Okay, so moving on to academics, one tip that I have is try your best not to cram everything to week 13. I know it's very tempting to do so. Personally for myself, there was this mod. If you watch my GPA video, I'll link it over here. There's this mod that I absolutely hate. It's called analog electronics. So for this mod, I totally did not put in any effort for like the first 10 weeks or so. I only started studying in week 11 or 12. So that was when I started to watch like week 1 lecture. Please don't learn from me, it's a horrible mistake. When I started studying in week 11, I thought I could compress 10 weeks of knowledge into 1 week, but obviously I didn't manage to do it. Procrastination is not a good thing, especially if you want to maintain your GPA or if you want to pull out your GPA. You should just follow the curriculum structure as recommended by NTU or NUS or whatever. Okay, so this is also on academic. At least for my course, I'm not too sure about your course. For most of the courses that I took in NTU, finals make up 60% of the final grade, and the other 40% is on midterms and for assignments or other small quizzes that we have in tutorials. So what I want to say is that this 40% really matters. I always thought that, oh, as long as I can do pretty well for my finals, the 40% didn't really matter, but honestly it did, because there is bell curve for our final exam. All our grades will be graded based on like the bell curve. So if your goal is to get an A or even a B+, this 40% really matters, and you really have to cherish every quiz, every assignment that is in your curriculum structure, because you really need them to get that A+ or that B+. Yeah. Another academic tip that I have is studying smart is very, very, very important. In university, no matter how hard you study, if you are studying the wrong way, your results are not going to show. You really have to know what is the right way to study and how you can study smart. Very prime example that I can give you is me and my boyfriend. So I was studying GPA and he studied accountancy. The week before finals, we have this like study week. For that whole week, we practically studied together almost every single day. We go to lunch together, we have dinner together. So the amount of time that we spent studying is about the same, I would say. But whenever I'm studying, he was actually just playing game or doing things other than studying. And what I'm trying to say is, I definitely studied harder than he did. The number of hours that I spent on studying was definitely way higher than his. But for the SEM, guess what GPA he got? His GPA for the SEM was 4.87. What? And my GPA, on the other hand, was like horrible. I just want to emphasize that studying smart is really very important. Like, I studied so hard, but my result didn't show because I wasn't studying like the right way. A lot of curriculum requirements that I didn't manage to understand. No matter how hard you study, you can't beat someone who is studying smart. Yeah. And the next thing is, speaking from past experience and also from my friends' experience, I honestly feel that 4 years of university or even 3 years, like university life in general, right, is just the best place for you to find a life partner, hands down. Because once you graduate from university, right, like I've been working full-time for a year, to be honest, it's really very hard to find a potential life partner in workplace. I think it's very difficult. So 4 years of university life is the best time because you are young, you're beautiful, and money is not a huge concern, I guess. You are not committed to any house, you don't have car commitment, you don't have any family commitments as well. So I honestly feel that it's the best time to date, to find new boyfriend, new girlfriend, and this is also when you will know what are some character traits that you want to have in your future life partner, and this is the time that you can afford to make mistakes. Even if you find the wrong partner, you still have time to rectify the mistake. But if you graduate from university, or if you are hitting like mid-20s or even like late 20s, the threshold for mistakes would be lower, I guess. That's why I feel that university is a very good place for you to find your potential half. So keep a lookout for potential life partner. Okay, next. Another thing is, I feel that during the 4 years of university life is actually the best time to travel. Speaking from my past experience, I feel that the 4 years of university life is the best time to travel, especially with your university friends. It's a great time for you to go and see the world, because after you graduate from uni, you will be working full-time and there will be like annual leave and all sort of thing. And if you travel during like public holiday, the air tickets are going to be so expensive. For example, when I was studying in university, my term break and my summer break is totally different from like secondary schools or even JCs, so I won't clash in terms of like the school holidays. I get to travel during the non-peak period and I don't have to pay like a premium price for my air ticket or my hotels or whatsoever. So I honestly feel that 4 years of university life is the best time to travel, go and see the world before you start working as a working adult, because you won't have time, you won't have the energy to travel as much as you do now. So that is something that I have done, and even though I've spent a lot of money on traveling during the 4 years of university life, I don't regret at all. So yes. Okay, so I guess that concludes all the tips that I have for any incoming freshies or whoever studying university right now. To conclude this video, I just hope that you guys enjoy university life as much as you can, and this is going to be the best 4 years of your life before you enter the adult world, which is definitely less kind. Is that the right word to describe? I don't know, but university life is honestly the best time in my life, and I hope it is for you as well. It is the best time for you to build your connection, to know more people, and to explore more on your personal interests, and to learn more about yourself, like what kind of job or what kind of career that you want to pursue. So this is a very good time to plan your future, and you are also at the prime of your youth. Go and make full use of that and just enjoy every moment of your life, because you might end up missing it when you graduate from university like me. So yeah, I guess that concludes this video. So if you have any questions, you can just comment down below and I will help you guys as much as I can. Remember to subscribe to my channel for more such videos. If there's any particular sort of video or help that you need from me, you can just let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! I feel like I cannot communicate properly today.